right. Happy Wednesday night. You know what time it is. If you hear that music and you see our faces, it is SEC After Dark on the After Dark channel. Presented by DeadSoxy, Stewart's Cajun Dill Pickles, and Bet Online. Stephen Willis, Jeb Beecham join. Jake Thomas will join in a little while to make this back to our normal setup. But right now we're going JV basketball style with a three-man weave. So how are we doing, folks?
Doing quite well. I'm sitting here looking at Florida getting ready to beat Alabama. That's interesting. And Ole Miss and Mississippi State's about to tip off as well. Ole Miss baseball is a complete dumpster fire at the moment. But other than that, I think we're doing pretty well.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Jeb, how we doing, buddy?
Well, I'm doing a little better than that. As you can see, I traveled up to my my location at the Nashville State Pen.
It's Olin Mills.
Olin Mills.
You're in the Olin Mills studios right now. That blue background is Olin Mills. It's when you have the gray background is when you're.
Yeah, that's when you're in the Rutherford County Detention Center.
Yeah.
See, I think it is gray in some lights. I'm telling you, man, the lighting in here is weird today. I feel like I've got one of those blue lights going, just making everything look blue. I don't know what's happening.
What are we doing over there? And you got a blue cup too, man. You're just
that's true.
Blue man group.
It's a weird day. Huh?
It is a very weird
Rick and Bonnie, thank you for joining us. Jake will be here in a little bit, and we're going to talk about Eli Gold being forced out at Alabama tonight as well.
Oh. So
until Jake gets here, we don't want to hear that Roll Tide stuff.
Yeah.
Get that Roll Tide out of here, man. All right. Well, anyway, while we're waiting on Jake, I want to tell you guys our show, again, is presented by DeadSoxy. If you want to support Ole Miss NIL, make sure you visit DeadSoxy and buy yourself some socks. You can get some lane train socks that Steve has. He's looking for them on his desk. You can get all kind of stuff. They probably discontinued the Quinshon Judkins line, but
probably, I would imagine.
But that's neither here nor there.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't have Buckeye socks. But you can get a bunch of different colors of nondescript socks as well. They come in all colors and designs. So some pretty cool stuff there. And you can get a fancy box, and you can get a nice little 7-pack. Set up your week quite nicely so that your sock game is on point. So what you need to do, though, is you need to get the membership, and you get a 25% discount on all purchases, free shipping, and a free gift. Who doesn't like that, right? So head to DeadSoxy.com right now, get that membership, and order your socks today. Stay soxy, my friends.
You know, it's time to get locked on pickles, everybody. Stewart's Cajun Pickles, that is. They offer a variety of Cajun spice products like pickles and green beans, okra, even carrots, and asparagus. This is a family-owned company, homemade on the coast of Mississippi. Stewart's Cajun Dill Pickles have been pleasing pickle lovers for over 20 years now, and they have become the South's favorite pickle. I think that might be official. I'm not sure about that. These truly are the best pickles you will ever have. A strong dill flavor with a Cajun punch, no over sour taste. And this being a small business, they strive to keep the produce fresh and local from the start, keeping that final pickle product extra crisp and crunchy. You can find these pickle products online at thepickledstore.com or at your local Rouse's Market and other local Southern Gulf Coast stores near you. Be sure to like Stewart's Cajun Dill Pickle product on Facebook and Instagram. Try these pickles, okra, and beans today. You will not be disappointed. Stewart's Cajun Dill Pickles, the South's favorite pickle.
Wow. And also betonline.ag. Any of our lines that we present when we pick games are presented by betonline.ag, your number one source for all your sports wagering needs. If you want to bet it, they have it at betonline.ag. So make sure you head on over to the website today and enter the promo code Bleav. That's BLEAV for a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Again, betonline.ag. Enter the promo code Bleav for a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Betonline.ag is where the game starts. So let's get into it, shall we? All right. One of the there was a lot of cool early betting lines that you can, they're called in the gambling world, they're called futures. That's right. Everybody write that down. It's vocabulary for tonight. Futures. All right. Futures. So you have over-under win totals. I don't know how far in advance some of the lines for some of the games are, but do we want to start with over-under on win totals first?
Do you have them up in front of you?
Yes.
Yeah, we can do over under win totals to start off because there are some interesting things that are up in the win total.
Yes, there are. There are indeed. And we'll start with Georgia. 10.5 is the over under. To me, I'm smashing the over on that, man. You got Carson Beck, Trevor Etienne, the new tight end that I talked about on last night's Bleav In Georgia Dawgs. His name's Benjamin Urasek from Stanford. Something about those Bay Area tight ends, I think, does a number on Athens. But I'm definitely taking the over here. I think there's a really, really good shot they go undefeated. If not, I think 11 wins is the floor on that season for Georgia. They're just too freaking loaded on offense. They're going to score a bunch of points, man. I'm taking the over.
Here's the counterpoint to that. Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, goes to Austin, Texas.
They go to Austin, Texas.
To Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
To Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
And to Oxford, Mississippi.
To Oxford, Mississippi. So you're saying they lose 2 games in that?
Now, the Texas game, Texas might be favored in that football game just because it's in Austin. The early line on the Ole Miss Georgia game is Georgia's favored by 3.5 for the early futures on that one. So they're calling that to be a fairly close game as well. So it wouldn't be inconceivable if Georgia lost the game at Texas and either Alabama or Ole Miss got squirrely.
Yeah, see, if it was Nick Saban still at Alabama, I would venture to say that I would maybe take the under at 10 wins because that's a tough 3-game stretch right there. Or not necessarily those 3 games aren't necessarily in a row, but that's a tough 3-game deal there. And right now, I think they're going to lose one of Ole Miss and Texas, and I think they're going to beat Bama. I think Bama's going to be too depleted. I think they're going to lose one of I think at worst they're going to lose one of those 2 against Texas and Ole Miss.
Yeah, and I think Vegas thinks Georgia's going to lose one of those 2 as well. That's the reason they set the over under at 10.5 instead of their normal 11.5 sitting over there.
Yeah.
So I think they think a loss is coming. They don't know where, but then the rest of the next games could be interesting.
Yeah. Now, if Alabama gets squirrely and they lose early, they can certainly spiral a little bit and hit the under. So, I mean, that wouldn't shock me at all either. And spiraling to a 10-win season is pretty crazy to say.
It's absolutely hilarious that the school that gave us Mark Richt would absolutely freak out if they had a 10-win season next year.
I know, right? It's how far have we come, right?
Yeah, it's just it's hilarious to think about. Me and Jeb, our schools would be having a parade with a 10-win season.
I'd be very happy.
So, all right, Texas. Speaking of Texas, they're 10.5. What do we think about that?
Well,
no.
It's a similar thing to it's similar to the Georgia situation, but Texas, they have Georgia. So somebody's going to lose that game. So somebody's going to automatically be down to 11. Texas has A&M at A&M. And if you don't think that game won't get weird, you haven't been paying attention to rivalries like that. I'm tempted to put the under on Texas. I think Texas wins 10 games, but they don't win 10.5.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Jake, Alabama's at 9.5 over under on win totals.
I don't know about that.
By the way, hey guys, sorry I was running a little late.
Yeah, it's okay. You're dadding. I get it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. I got spit up on my shirt and had time to change. Let's go. Let's roll with it.
Dad to the bone, man.
Yeah,
gotta love it.
Yep. So I guess we're talking about over unders for the season.
Yes, that's what we're doing. And you came in just in time for Alabama.
9.5.
9.5.
I'm hitting the over.
Okay. I need a little bit more than that.
10. I think Alabama's going to win at least 10 games.
So that means they're going to lose 2. What are their 2 losses?
So you got Georgia coming to town. You got Missouri coming to town. You go to LSU, to Tennessee.
I could see losses to Georgia and I'm going to say a surprise team in Oklahoma.
Who?
Because we got to go to
Oklahoma?
Norman. Norman is tough to play.
All right.
I'm going to put it like this, and this is going to sound like I'm hating on Bama, but I'm really not doing that. But if Alabama has 2 losses before they play Auburn, I would almost take Auburn in that game.
I don't know. It's at home this year, though.
Yes, it's in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I don't think they can beat Alabama at Alabama.
Jalen Milroe, I don't.
There's no guarantee he's going to be the quarterback.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's going to be what's that kid's name?
The one that just transferred in, the Austin Mack guy, the freshman.
No,
Return of the Mac.
Or
that was the Washington quarterback, the
correct.
signee. Yeah.
Or
no, I was talking about
Todd Simpson or Dylan Lonergan.
There we go, Dylan Lonergan.
Yeah,
I think he has a chance to be the dude.
He's got a good shot,
and I think Jalen Milroe is going to be the heck of a coach at MTS or quarterback at MTSU.
Potentially, yes. So
wow.
Yeah, I just the revenge factor for Georgia, and me and Stacey talked about this on our show a few weeks ago when we kind of just did like an early look at the games. It seemed like something like a monkey was on the back of Kirby when he played against Saban. He was 1-5 against him. Now Saban's not patrolling that sideline. Is that monkey off his back now? Is he just going to go out there and play loose? Is it a Saban thing or is it an Alabama thing? So we're going to find out this year.
Yeah.
I think it's a Saban thing. A lot of Alabama's things were Saban things. A lot of them in the last 20 years were because of Saban. So.
Yeah. If you look at what Lane Kiffin did against Alabama, Nick Saban had just a voodoo curse on Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Lane just went stupid against Alabama in his games.
You want to see a hilarious line? Florida, 5.5.
Under, pound the under. I don't know if I would take it over on 2.5.
Yeah, I don't know if they can win 3 games.
Yeah, it's brutal.
God, I love hearing that.
Yeah, somebody like Jake Wimberly, he's been on my show. He is he does a radio show, but he's a Mississippi State guy, but he has his own like system of picking games and all that. And I mean, it could be just he runs it through the PS2 or something. Who knows? But he did this season. It came out and Florida was 2-10. And I was like, if Florida goes 2-10, it's going to be like the clown from Twisted Metal showing up in Gainesville. It's going to be hilarious.
Is that what that was? I was trying to figure out. I was like, what the hell is that? Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. That's the psycho murderer that you try to avoid in Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Sweet Tooth, but it's something like that. I forget what
it is. Sweet Tooth. It is Sweet Tooth.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The ice cream truck in the video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Which that show on Peacock's actually pretty good.
I enjoyed it. I really did.
That game was really fun too. Video game was really fun.
Yeah.
Weird.
On PlayStation, yeah.
Weird.
It was. It was a fun game, but it was kind of weird.
Strange.
I talking about Florida, I saw something today. I don't know how true it is, but supposedly there's some rip between Florida and DJ Lagway. That he may be going to A&M potentially.
If that happens, it'd be absolutely hilarious. Florida's NIL situation is broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be something really wrong there.
If he leaves, I don't think they win a game.
Oh, he's not going to be the quarterback. They're going to Graham Mertz it again next year.
Oh, I forgot about that.
They're merching it up. That's probably why he's leaving.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's like, this raggedy bunch that's going to win 2 games is going to start Graham Mertz over me. What the hell? I'm getting out of here. Screw this.
Yeah, it's like who is going to be the next coach in Gainesville?
Right.
It ain't gonna be Buster Faulkner because Buster Faulkner's gonna be the next coach at Georgia State.
Is he going to get that job?
I think so. He's a serious candidate. Him and Del McGee, Georgia running backs coach Del McGee and Buster are the 2 candidates. I think Buster's gonna get it if he wants it.
and being a head man, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool. Gets to run his own show. He's down there in Atlanta, so he doesn't have to move his family again.
He just
That's part of the reason. That's part of the reason why he turned down. I think Middle wanted him, but he didn't want to move again. And I think Arkansas and Kentucky wanted him for OC positions. They were looking at him, but he didn't want to move.
Oh, by the way, Corey, you'd get a kick out of this. Guess who I'm interviewing this week?
I have no idea.
The show pony. Yes.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
He's going to be on Sunday, and I'm interviewing Barrett Sallee tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Is it Sallee or Sallee?
Sallee.
Sallee.
So
interesting.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I have so many subscribers and viewers, I can get most anybody to be on my show. Now, I can't get like Herb Street and people on that level, but I'm close.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest celebrity we've had so far is George Teague.
George Teague. His Orange Bowl with Lamar Thomas is not Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl is amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm not even an Alabama person. I think about that from time to time.
Yeah.
My biggest celebrity is the very first rendition of this show, like what it started in the Bleav stratosphere as. It's a show called Coaching Chatter. Hmm. And we had Brad Johnson on.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was fun. But it is now morphed into this. But
now everybody has to deal with us.
Yeah.
And I had Dids in the Dugout on my show last week. That show did pretty well.
Yeah, man. I was joking with Derek tonight because we did our weekend preview for Ole Miss and High Point this weekend today, and I was talking to him. It's like he's developing a reputation of Mr. Baseball.
Yeah.
And Tide Talk Live, you guys should get him as well because he honestly, TJ McCants, he can tell you all you want to know about TJ McCants.
Yeah.
He just needs to grow a mustache like Tom Selleck, and he could definitely be Mr. Baseball. That's his next step. So
he looks like he looks like a Con Air type situation. Nicolas Cage look with the hair.
Yeah, he's like yeah, like he's hilarious. I love Derek. He just kind of bebops in. He's like, and then he just all of a sudden just this baseball knowledge just torpedoes into the microphone. I'm like, you are awesome. You know more about Vandy baseball than I do.
He knows his baseball. It's crazy how much he knows baseball. You just don't expect it. It just surprises you.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're talking about baseball, Steve, did you see what happened in Ole Miss the other night when they was at Hawaii? That like the bottom of the 12th, the bottom of the 12th they had.
Oh, the guy catching the ball, and the umpire didn't see him catch the ball, so he called the runner safe.
Yeah. I just saw that. I was like, what in the world? That was crazy. But it worked out in the end because Ole Miss won.
Man, Ole Miss got beat by Arkansas State tonight. So,
oh crap!
Yeah,
Andy got beat by Dayton last night.
I don't know what's going on, but people are going to lose their mind about Ole Miss baseball. And I think honestly, what happened is Ole Miss is still
baseball. They're still
not only that, Ole Miss is still paying for their national championship. I think.
Oh, yeah, that hurts. I get it.
It's just teams that are struggling at the plate don't and are having bullpen issues are losing. Like Vandy can't hit their way out. Like Georgia this past weekend, they could just figure out whatever they wanted to with baseball because they just hit their way out of it, man. They just slugged their way out of it, man. They just scored runs and runs and runs and runs and runs, which just hasn't happened in a while. Vandy had to, they took 2 of 3 from Florida Atlantic, but they struggled, man. Like the bullpen just wasn't consistent. They would have these big innings, and then their bats would go cold late in the game, except for Sunday. And then last night, bullpen gives up eight runs in the 8th inning, or 7 runs in the 8th inning to lose. And a game they had control over, but they just couldn't late in the game. They just couldn't keep guys on base, and they couldn't bring them in.
Yeah, like Ole Miss just isn't hitting right now. Like we're genuinely talking about whether or not Ole Miss can hit high points pitching this weekend. And, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, there's some problems at Vandy as far as that goes, and just getting the right mix in the lineup. There's some dudes that can mash.
It also didn't help that that the coach for Ole Miss decided to, on short notice, take his team 5 time zones to Hawaii and back and play a midweek game.
Yeah.
That was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that one was asking for it.
Yeah. It was like, come on, take a kinesiology course. Most of you guys majored in it.
No, they major in general studies.
Yeah.
They major in
Sports
find
medicine.
an MRS degree.
Mhm.
Good grief. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Ole Miss has to start hitting the ball eventually, but their body has to get back to adjusted to Central Time Zone. Like I said, whoever scheduled that series with Hawaii, I'm sure that they wanted it to be a reward. That needed to be a baseball week 0 type game where Ole Miss played them like the week before the season and took a full week off.
Mhm.
Yeah, because who do y'all play this weekend? High Point?
High Point.
Vandy plays Gonzaga.
Okay.
And then Georgia, I'm the 2-team guy here, so
Right.
get excited about that. Georgia, dude, they just destroyed Georgia State, by the way. 15-0. Had 10 home runs. They played Northern Kentucky this weekend.
Okay. The Norseman.
Yep. Or just the Norse. They played Michigan State this year in a weekday game.
Okay.
Then they have their 3 games set against Georgia Tech, where they play at 3 different locations. They play the Friday game at Tech, the Saturday game at Athens, and the Sunday game at the minor league park in Gwinnett.
Are they building a new park for what is it called? The M Braves going, I guess, to Columbus or wherever they're going. Are they building a new stadium, or the M Braves moving into something in Columbus?
They have something there. They probably will renovate it. There used to be a team.
I'll be right back.
There used to be a team
Okay.
there because we played a game at that stadium, at that minor league park. This is one of the furthest home runs I've ever seen hit from a high schooler, actually. I forget who it was. It was like the Columbus something. And they,
I want to say Clippers, but I know that's not true.
Yeah, that's the Trenton Clippers, isn't it?
No, the Columbus Clippers are Columbus, Ohio.
Oh.
They're AAA.
They're Yankees, aren't they?
They used to be. Now I think they're the Indians, maybe.
How do y'all know this?
Or the Guardians.
Nobody's the Indians anymore.
Yeah, the Guardians.
The Guardians.
Oh, that's not true. The Indianapolis Indians are the Indians, but they're not affiliated with the Indians.
Should
Of course. Makes perfect sense.
Dude, these minor league teams. I Ubered the Sounds GM home one night when I was Ubering for the year that I Ubered, and he was talking about how they change affiliations and stuff because the Sounds have been like Brewers, never Tigers, Brewers, White Sox, A's. I forget. I think Reds one time. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I still have a Sounds Brewskis hat because they were the Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
The Brewers AA team that goes to the Sounds is the Biloxi Shuckers.
Biloxi
Yeah.
Shuckers.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one.
Who's the Biscuits affiliated with?
The Montgomery Biscuits, right?
Yeah. Who are they affiliated with? Let's look it up.
Who are the Albuquerque Isotopes affiliated with? Because I just realized they existed, and now I got to get some of their merch.
Any guesses on Montgomery Biscuits?
Chicago White Sox.
Okay, Jeb. Any?
On the biscuits?
Yeah.
No, I have no idea. The Reds.
No. You ready for this? They're the
Yeah.
Double-A affiliate for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Okay.
Oh.
You know who the White Sox? I think the White Sox are the Birmingham Barons.
Yeah, I think that's been. I think they've had that for a long time.
Yeah, that's
All right.
because Jordan played there.
Yeah.
No
Isotopes baseball. Let's see.
Yeah, the Albuquerque Isotopes, they changed their name from whatever it was to be the Albuquerque Isotopes because of The Simpsons.
idea. Yeah, I
Any
heard
guess
that
who they're
they did a
affiliated with?
podcast. Who?
Padres, right? No, that's El Paso.
No, the Rockies, isn't it?
El Paso Chihuahuas.
El Paso Chihuahuas.
Did you say Rockies?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're the AAA Rockies.
Rockies. So you got one basically based off of beer and one based off Simpsons. I love that team.
Jacksonville.
Definitely buying some merch.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Yeah, they fell into the name game.
God,
Oh, I'll tell you
love
who else fell in the name game is the Gwinnett Braves or the Gwinnett Stripers.
They changed their name to Stripers.
Uh-huh. They've got the most god-awful uniforms, too. These are the Marlins. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are the Marlins, AAA.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, the Gwinnett Stripers are just the uniforms are freaking awful.
The Kannapolis Cannonballers.
They're the Nationals.
Cannonball.
Ooh, Mark Teixeira's brother is the new Stripers manager.
Okay.
They have a cool hat, though. The Stripers do. The Stripers on their hat is a bass fish, and their mascot is a chipmunk.
Okay.
You ready? Yeah.
The original stupid name, I don't know how we got a minor league team name, so everybody yeah. But the great original name is the Toledo Mud Hens, and that's a Detroit AAA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one. It's the I love the Portland Sea Dogs. They are
Portland Sea Dogs.
They are Dodgers, I think. Los Doyers. No, Red Sox. They're the Red Sox AA affiliate.
Do you know the full name of the Dodgers?
No, they
Not
were the
Los
Brooklyn
anything.
Draft Dodgers.
No, it wasn't Draft Dodgers.
The Draft Dodgers. Oh, that's great.
Los Doyers.
But what were they dodging? Because that's their actual full nickname that they were formed with.
They were dodging streetcars, I think, right?
Yes, it's Trolley Dodgers.
Trolley Dodgers.
Trolley Dodgers.
Uh,
What a great name.
yeah, the Brooklyn Trolley Dodgers.
They were in and out.
Yeah, the Huntsville Trash Pandas. That's pretty fantastic.
Yeah. The Savannah Bananas and their rival, the Carolina Disco Turkeys.
That's a fun baseball to watch, though.
The Disco Turkeys get called by the voice of their TV is Drake Toll, who does Locked On College Football Live on Saturday mornings. He's also the Locked On Big 12 host.
Interesting facts.
Yeah.
We need to start a
He's a
baseball
cool
team
dude.
here in Tennessee that plays, banana ball / disco turkey ball. An entertainment team.
Those guys come down here once a year, and it costs a fortune to go see them play.
Yeah, they're like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. Yeah. It's awesome.
They're the Banana Ball World Tour. And they were playing at George Steinbrenner Field, stopping there,
Yeah.
I think tickets were $350 a piece.
That's right. I tried to get the Disco Turkeys to sponsor the Bleav In Georgia Dawgs podcast, and by sponsor I mean just send me a free hat, and I would wear it on air.
Thank you, Daniel. You got us back. We went down the rabbit hole of minor league baseball.
Yeah, that was weird. All right.
Which my first game of the season is Monday against the Houston Astros.
Look at you. Okay, let's get focused. Missouri and Ole Miss over under 9.5.
Over both of them.
You think Missouri's going to repeat? They do have a good team this year.
Yeah. I honestly, since Jake's not on the call anymore, he'll be in here in a second. I think Missouri beats Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
Ooh. Are we going from we're gonna Eli Drinkwitz is gonna get fired to now he's gonna win 10 games and beat Bama in Bama?
Yes.
Like we've gone.
He beat Ohio. He beat Ohio State, and not just beat Ohio State, beat Ohio State.
That's right.
Yeah, you look at it. I mean, their toughest games, at A&M and at Alabama. Other than that,
Papa Jake,
they can win all these.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, Jake his ears were burning. He had to come back. I talk about Missouri beating Alabama and Tuscaloosa, and here comes Jake back.
Yes.
Right on time.
You missed a whole sidetrack of minor league baseball teams.
I know. I heard about. I did hear because Cassie's watching it. I did hear
your mic's not on.
Flip it down.
Oh, hey! Can you hear me?
There we go.
Hey.
I forgot to move, but I heard about the Huntsville Trash Pandas. I did hear that because Cassie's listening to it in the.
Yeah, we went down this like 10-minute rabbit hole of minor league team names.
Yeah.
So Jake, I don't know if you heard this part, but guess one of these three correctly with their major league affiliate. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Montgomery Biscuits. All right. Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, Portland Sea Dogs, and the Albuquerque Isotopes.
I wish I knew because I play MLB the show, but I cannot remember who the minor leagues are for each major league team. Montgomery Biscuits. I cannot remember.
Think about Steve.
Tampa Bay or Detroit or I don't.
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
The Jumbo Shrimp. I don't. I have no idea.
I think that's also Tampa Bay, isn't it?
No.
That's Marlins.
Marlins. I was gonna say it should be Marlins, and I didn't know there was some in Albuquerque, Canada. So.
Or
No.
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Albuquerque, Canada.
Oh, New Mexico, yeah.
You thinking Alberta? Dude,
Alberta,
yeah,
I could even think
yeah.
of when it came
You
to
have,
Alberta.
you have baby brain real bad.
Yeah, bad. So,
No, they couldn't decide on that one if they wanted to be promoted by The Simpsons or Breaking Bad, because that's where Breaking Bad takes place too. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So they are the affiliate of the Colorado Rockies.
Okay.
And then the Portland Sea Dogs is actually Portland, Maine. And they are.
I need the Trash Pandas. They're the Angels. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, Missouri's going to beat Alabama. Is that what we all decided?
Yes, we all voted unanimous.
Not unanimous.
Unanimous.
Between
All right,
three
Jeb.
Stooges here, y'all did.
All right, Jeb. Tennessee A&M, both 8.5. What are we thinking?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd take the over on that, and that's not just being a homer. Their schedule this season is not hard. I mean, they got to go play in Norman. That could be tough. They're gonna have to play in Athens. Obviously, that's probably a loss. And then they've got Alabama coming to town. Outside of those three,
Vandy.
That's a dub, right?
They got Vandy.
Just head on Alabama tonight or something.
Yeah. Apparently, I wasn't even doing that. I'm just saying those
You've been
three
doing,
are their tough games.
You've been doing daddy stuff, so we need to
Right.
make you've been
Right,
happy, so we need to just sort of rein that in a little bit.
Oh, me.
Life's not perfect. No, honestly, I like this new schedule this year. So
I think Tennessee got one of the easier schedules, if I remember correctly.
yeah, I mean, outside of, like I said, Georgia, Alabama, And then
going to Norman.
yeah, I mean, I still think they'll win that game, but they're going.
Yeah.
Well, Florida's schedule is evil. That's
Yeah.
the one thing that we can all agree with. Whoever
Yeah.
did that was a Florida State grad.
Right.
It was a team of Florida State, Georgia, and Miami grads putting together that schedule.
Has anybody seen the last 5 games of Florida's schedule next year?
It's brutal.
It ain't good.
It like starts with Georgia.
Right.
Yeah, Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State. And that's awful.
Murder's Row.
Bro.
They've got to be Kentucky because that'll be their last win.
I mean, does Billy Napier make it to that point, though? I don't know if he does.
You're just going to have to find a way to make the fans understand that just starting November 2nd on, you're not winning another football game on the season.
Right.
And I don't know how you do that. That's hard to accept.
So I think the next head coach at Florida, and I'm going to completely make this rumor up and start it right here,
Nice.
James Franklin.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh.
That would be
Like that.
equally yeah.
James Franklin would be able to recruit Florida.
I think he would.
Yeah.
But then there's this whole thing of he has to actually coach.
Oh, he will win 10 games. He's proven he can win 10 games. He'll never beat Georgia. And he'll probably not beat Florida State very often, but they'll win 9 to 10 ball games a year. And I think Florida will be happy with that.
Yeah.
And he knows how to effectively build a collective.
Is this like the coaching version of Joe Milton? If you need him to win 10 games, he can win 10 games. If you need him to win 12, he can win 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, pretty much.
Exactly right.
Well, they've probably seen what happens when you go through bad coaching decisions. They've seen what happened in Tennessee for 20 years.
He won
They don't
9
wanna do
games
that.
at Vanderbilt 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd be happy with that right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially if they put up a 2 spot this year.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
very possible.
Mhm.
Very, very possible. LSU's got a 9.5 over under.
Under,
Under.
under all day.
Yeah,
You
they've
wanna
got some
hear
tough games.
You want
this
to
year.
hear Vandy's over under?
5.5.
It's like 2.5, isn't it?
It's 2.5.
2.5. Oh
And
my
I'm gonna take
God.
over on that one.
Yeah.
I think they'll win 3.
Auburn and Kentucky is 7.5. Oklahoma 7.5. Yeah, Vandy being 2.5. Arkansas 5.5.
I think
South
Oklahoma's
Carolina, 5.5.
What's Vandy's non-con schedule?
They got-
Non-con is Virginia Tech, Alcorn State, Georgia, and Georgia State,
And Ball State.
and Ball State.
So win those 3 games and you're over.
right.
Yeah.
Which
You
they
beat
will.
a MAC,
those
you
4.
beat a MAC team, a SWAC team, and a Sun Belt team, and you go over and you're in the SEC. I'm sorry, this is on Clark Lee that if he does not get over, he needs to lose his job.
I agree.
I mean, the way things are going up there, they could very well start the season 3-0
I agree.
before they get to Georgia. Before Bama, they can go into Bama 3-0.
Yeah, I think Virginia Tech is kind of on a downward spiral right now.
They return a lot of people, but
Can you imagine what Alabama be like if Vanderbilt beat Alabama?
It's not going to happen.
That would be like a
probably
Bill
not,
Curry
but-
brick times 30.
hey
Yeah,
Jake,
it's
I heard they're bringing Kurt Page back as quarterback. He's the last one that beat Alabama. They're bringing him back.
Yeah, good luck. You need all you can get.
Hey, the quarterback at Vandy has already got a W against Auburn.
Who hasn't though in this league?
You know, Auburn has the 2nd worst record in the SEC over the last 3 years or something like that.
Vandy's first or the worst, I think. Ain't
Yeah,
they? Yeah,
Vandy's
and,
pretty
and
bad.
then it's Auburn and Florida,
yeah.
and I just read that and snicker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Michael. But yeah, so I'm smashing the overs on both Georgia and Vandy for sure.
Yeah, I'm going over on Vandy.
Yeah.
I'm not touching the Florida line because they could surprise me. And go 6.
You'd have to be a world champion limbo person to go under that.
Yeah.
On Vandy.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, like their only win against
My ACL is tearing and stretching just thinking about how I'd have to bend over to go under that bar.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, you have to like crawl on the ground to go under that bar. Yeah, if they go under, it's like I don't think they can fire Clark Lee fast enough. They're about. It looks like they're about to. Some of the rumblings. They're about to fire Jerry Stackhouse. By the way,
Should.
Yeah, they should.
I'm not saying they shouldn't, but
They struggle this year basketball. Missouri ought to fire their coach too. They had a.
I wish Vandy struggled.
He's
Struggling would be an improvement.
Yeah, Missouri's losing games, but they're playing pretty well.
They are. They're playing tough.
They played well yesterday against Tennessee.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they did. They scared the hell out of Ole Miss.
So you want to hear the stellar coaching at Vandy? They couldn't shoot against Presbyterian first game of the year, lost it. They couldn't shoot nor rebound or move the ball or act like the teammates knew each other. And we're almost to the end of the regular season, and they still can't shoot, still can't rebound, still they don't know each other.
You only lost to Alabama by 2. It's crazy.
That was probably more of Alabama just having an off night.
We did not too.
Yeah, I thought Mississippi State was going to run Ole Miss out of the building tonight.
Mhm.
They jumped on them by like a double digits pretty early. Ole Miss cut it to 4 and they're at the line.
Yep.
Nice.
Looks like it's going to come down to Tennessee, Auburn, and Alabama. Who's going to win the regular season? There might be a tie.
Oh, did Alabama end up winning the game?
Yeah, they won overtime, 98-93.
Okay. Should be interesting. Michael Speck going full anchor down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Michael Speck, dude. He's number one fan there. Look at that.
He's also a huge fan of Becky's picks.
Yes.
He loves Becky's picks.
Yep. And probably not this year because she was dead last. And she was horrible at it.
I kept the seat warm for most of the year.
Oh, we're gonna make sure we reiterate that all season though, right, Steve? This coming up year.
I have that.
What is Becky going to pick? The pumpkins.
Terrible.
So yeah, we had some fun.
Yeah.
I have a couple other everydayers, Michael.
Mama says she can't wait for the picks again.
Oh yeah. The pickle picks that were dominated by Jeb. Yes, I can't wait either.
Dominate, I think, on one by like 2 games.
Nah, let y'all catch up in the end.
And Corey's
trying to be nice.
Corey's picks, much like his actual pickles, were not refrigerated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to pick the winners. That's what it was.
I got into bowl season, just absolutely bombed.
I got into bowl season. That's how I got out of last place.
Yeah. That bowl season go either way, though. It's just a toss up.
Especially with all the opt outs, you just never know.
I know.
Somebody did.
Well, yeah, I mean, some people are just good at
You
guessing.
still finished 4th, Corey.
Well, I wasn't last.
Or 5th.
I was last until then.
Yeah.
The problem that Becky had was that she started to actually try to pick games instead of just picking it off like fight songs.
Yeah.
That was the issue she had.
Yep.
Sad but true.
Which, by the way, if anybody's listening to this show, and I tell you just right now, go to fanatics.com. And if you're interested in a baseball jersey, you can get last year's model jersey on clearance as opposed to this year's abomination that is about $250.
What? You care to tell us what jersey it is?
The Major League Baseball jerseys. You haven't seen the controversy right now? Everybody hates the jerseys this year.
No, I've not seen that concert.
Yeah.
Fill me in here.
Well, Nike and Fanatics got the contract for Major League Baseball jersey, and this year they changed the template. Last year they had the big numbers on the back. That's the way you can tell last year's model over this year's model. This year's model has a much smaller name on the back of the jersey. and the fabric and numbers and things look a little bit cheaper. You can get last year's model jersey on sale for about $90. That's what I got my Riley green Detroit Tigers jersey as. This year's jersey is going to cost you about $250. Interesting.
That's why I don't buy jerseys. I don't buy jerseys.
Although, yeah,
I'll buy me a Ronald Acuna Gwinnett Stripers jersey.
So
nice.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's the last year model jersey. Now cut the name in half, and you have this year's.
Lame.
Wow.
A little bit smaller.
You just went standard white. I thought you were going to buy like the alternate one.
No, Detroit doesn't have alternate uniforms.
Steve, are you gray on gray right now?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Fellas, I got to run. I'll see y'all next week. I got a fussy baby tonight.
Okay. Take care, Jake. Thank you for stopping by, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see y'all.
Jake,
man.
Yeah.
Catch him on Tide Talk Live.
Yeah.
Oh, Corey disappeared there.
I was like, oh, can't see me.
Corey, you don't have to go take care of his baby.
Of course, I'm the baby whisperer. What do you? But yeah, so baseball jerseys. Somebody messed up on the marquee one time. Gwinnett was coming in. I saw this on the internet, and instead of 1P, they had 2P. So the Gwinnett strippers were coming in.
Nice.
Gwinnett strippers, not the.
I would go see that one.
Yeah, that's
be pretty fun baseball, right?
What is really cool that Major League Baseball does, and we're about to go down that rabbit hole again, everybody. So just everybody be
Daniel, it's just we're just
it's the middle of February, yeah, and spring training started. My first spring training game is Monday, but down here, everybody that has a spring training in Florida also has an A-ball team in Florida. So you get to see in the same stadium, you can go see the major league team as they're getting ready for, but the rest of the year it's an A-ball team. So you got the Lakeland Flying Tigers.
Oh,
World War II thing.
Yeah. I thought it was a Quentin Tarantino homage thing.
No.
Or no, who's the one that was Crouching Tiger?
I don't know. But it's pretty cool to have the A-ball. But you have like the Phillies are in Clearwater. Tampa is the Yankees. Tampa actually having an A-ball team is weird.
Yeah, it is.
And
it not being their team. Well, I guess you want to spread out. I don't know.
Yeah, and the Tampa Bay Rays, I forget where their spring training is, but like the Blue Jays are in Dunedin. The Braves are in like Fort Myers or something like that.
They've been in Orlando for a long time, but they were in Palm Beach at some point, Sarasota, Bradenton. I think they're in Bradenton right now.
No, the Pirates are in Bradenton.
I told you that, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
I remember when they were in Orlando. I don't know where they moved to.
They used to play at the Wide World of Sports, but now they're down like the Fort Myers, Sarasota area.
Because I'll be down in Naples second week in March.
Yeah. Catch a ball game.
Northport, Florida, which is basically Fort Myers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Northport is where Ian basically came on the shore. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. Go catch a Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, I'm looking. Me and Jeb are going to a Tigers Braves game on the 15th.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So I love spring training. It is an amazing time. I haven't gone to like just a regular practice or anything, and I'll probably do that starting next year. But this year, I'm multiple games, and knowing the prospects is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you've been a lifelong Tigers fan for an entire season.
A year. Yeah. Full year. Almost exactly.
I love that. Absolutely love that.
Terrible.
I
mean, Becky loves that too, the lifelong Tigers fan.
Yeah. Just latch on to the Tigers, man. I love that.
And my goodness, did I go all in.
Yeah, you really did.
My goodness. It's an impressive how much I've gone all in. I have the extra innings package, MLB TV. I'm wearing Tigers jersey. Jeb got me for Christmas a windbreaker that's awesome. And I've got about 17 different hats now.
Yeah.
Completely all in.
Like if something happens to the Locked On Tigers guys, you're up next.
Yeah.
Would you take on a second? Would you take a second Locked On show if that happened?
No. I like doing the Tiger stuff because it's not Locked On stuff. And I can just kind of have fun doing it and kind of decompress. But I'm meeting Rogelio Castillo, who is the guy who does the Tigers minor league report website. He's down at spring training, so I'm going to meet him Monday as well.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm just putting tentacles out everywhere.
I see. It's going to be Locked On Tigers, Locked On Ole Miss, Locked On.
Scott Bentley's been on my show, the Locked On Tigers guy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I remember this. Maybe if those Locked On Georgia guys would get out of the way, I could pick up a second shift here.
Yeah, I enjoy it too much. I love spring training. I did not know how much I would love it. I genuinely love being.
Yeah, when I first met you, you were like anti-baseball.
It's not that I was anti-baseball. It's just I've never had a baseball team near me. I mean, other than going to see the Jackson Mets, I enjoyed seeing Lenny Dykstra and Darryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden and those guys. But
Honus Wagner, did you enjoy watching him play?
Man,
Cy Young,
Mr. National League.
Yeah.
The
Trolley Dodgers.
The Trolley Dodger. Huh?
The Brooklyn Trolley Dodgers. The silly nannies. I love it.
Yeah.
London Silly Nannies. The New York Gigantes.
Yes. Yeah.
Is Nashville getting a team?
It kind of kills me that San Francisco got the Giants because the New York baseball Giants and all that. Yeah. There's a documentary that I watch. I'll do the Ken Burns documentary, Go to Sleep to It, but I'll also do the one on the great courses about baseball from the beginning to like Babe Ruth. It stops at Babe Ruth. And the Giants were like a really big deal. I can't imagine what it must have been like when they left.
I mean, it was a huge void.
Yeah. I mean,
until the Mets got there, it was
yeah, because you lost the Giants and the Dodgers basically
at the same time. They went out to California at the same time.
Yeah. Wow. And those were at that point. I mean, honestly, you had the Murderers Row Yankees and all of that. But the two teams that I guess most people kind of associate it with in New York were probably the Giants and the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, New York was like you could. Yeah, I mean, Ebbets Field and the Polo Grounds were like almost right next to each other.
And you know, the Giants had Christy Mathewson, and
Willie Mays Hayes.
Yeah, Willie Mays Hayes. And think about it, the Brooklyn Dodgers. That's what when Jackie Robinson went through his whole ordeal, that happened there. And man, if I had a time machine, I told my wife this the other day. If I had a time machine, I wouldn't like do something to where I'd go back and kill Hitler or something like that. You know, I would not be that one. I would take that time machine and I would just go back to different eras and watch baseball games.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I would go watch and see Ty Cobb play.
Yeah, I would go to like the 27 World Series. I would have gone to see like the record-breaking games, like the Hank Aaron one, the Roger Maris one, the Joe DiMaggio getting his 56-game hitting streak.
Babe Ruth basically doing a crow hop in the batter's box to take a swing.
Yeah, and then doing the fat man jog around the bases.
Yeah, I would go see all of that stuff because, like, in early baseball and everything, they didn't have fences. They would like sit people in the outfield where the warning track kind of was, and they would just make ground rules to where if you hit it in there, it was considered a triple or something like that. But they would just sell tickets on the field, and there's just people out in left field just like hey, $20 to drop the fly ball to the left fielder, and so I would like to see that.
I want to see Shoeless Joe in the Black Sox thing.
Oh,
I want to see how that transpired. I'm sure that was a whole ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
The very first game with lights.
yeah.
Would have been fun.
Oh,
Gone back to 1995 and watch the Braves World Series again. Oh,
I think it was alive when this happened, but Carlton Fisk home run at Fenway Park.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go see Bob Gibson just throw some chin music.
Yeah, stuff like that would have been really cool, and you can see it would change a little bit. But I tell people all the time, the really kind of cool thing about this game is they changed the rules and fixed a lot of the game this last year. But the game in the 80s, before all the numbers and analytics got into it, it was just a fun game when Ricky Henderson and Tim Raines and those guys were just running around the base path.
Mm-hmm.
It was different. It was fun. It was exciting. And that just didn't happen. You had Nolan Ryan throwing 350 innings in a year, and everybody's worried. Nobody was worried about the damage caused for his 44-year-old arm.
He took a line drive to the face and just kept going.
Yeah,
Blood spurting out.
It was different. It was different. It
was different.
Yeah.
Watching.
Who was the St. Louis Cardinals base stealer? Coleman.
Brian Coleman?
No. They had another, stealing 100 bags in a year was no big deal for some of them.
Yeah. Willie McGee, he just floated.
I'm pretty fired up.
Watching the Wizard play shortstop was fun.
Yes, Ozzie Smith. Oh my goodness.
Ken Griffey Jr., the sweetest swing in baseball.
Either him or John Olerud.
No, Griffey was so smooth, dude.
Oh, no, Olerud was beautiful. Just a beautiful swing. He wasn't an all-star like Griffey, but Olerud's swing was like it was made in a lab.
Kent Herbeck pulling dude off the base.
Herbeck, Kirby Puckett.
Yeah, what a Herbeck. Kent Herbeck, what a clown. How John Smoltz could throw a complete game one hitter and lose. That blew my mind.
There was a softball game that happened a couple of days ago, a college softball game. Both pitchers threw a no-hitter, and it was a 1-0 game.
Errors. Walks.
Probably a walk.
Yeah, walk. Yeah.
Walk to third base, sacrifice fly or something like that.
Yeah. Walk, couple steals, and a sac fly. Yeah. Or like a fielder's choice, like a boot. A ground ball to second base. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Still, could you imagine throwing a no-hitter and losing the game? Oh.
Yeah. Can't imagine how annoying that would be.
Yeah, because the other team also threw a no-hitter.
Be a pretty quick game.
Yeah.
All right, Corey,
sure.
you got 2 minutes, buddy.
Yay, got 2 minutes. All right, here we go. Well, Papa Jake has already left us. You can find him on Tide Talk Live. The new dad there. Him and Stacey do a tremendous job there. Jeb from Olin Mills. When are we getting a podcast, Jeb? I'm gonna pressure you every week. When are we getting a podcast?
I guess this off season is the time to start it, isn't it? So very soon. I got to go back to my home first. But yeah.
You don't. Olin Mills is a perfect studio for that. Like I said, we're SEC After Dark. Stephen Willis, he is locked on Ole Miss. I think he averages a show every 10 minutes. So check that out. Check
My
out all of
business
his
model
shows.
is to be everywhere.
And that he is. So you can check I guess mine's the same in a different fashion, but you can catch me at Bleav In Georgia Dawgs. Just put out an episode last night. And you catch me at Locked On Vandy as well during the season. Illegal Motion, we put some of those out as well. And then we all come together for After Dark commentary, which we're going to start that up here pretty soon as well. So catch us on that. But on that note, thank you, Stewart's Cajun Dill Pickles. If I ever receive any more shipments from you, I will promise I will refrigerate them this time. DeadSoxy, get you some socks. Stay soxy, betonline.ag. We are SEC After Dark. We thank you for listening. Find us anywhere listed below on any of the socials. Find us, chat with us, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and we'll catch you back here next week. But until then, go Dogs, anchor down.
Hotty toddy.
Go Vols.